Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. We're going to start on the floor, on the mat, with your feet. Inhale on the mat, four corners of alignment. We're going to press up and lower down. This is the bridge pose. Exhale, push up and lower down. And we're going to exhale up and down. Now, as you do this, feel your hamstrings, feel your glutes. Your neck is soft. Your shoulders are soft like lily pads on a pond. We'll do that 2 more times. Nice. Your hips are level. Exhale up and lower. Now we're going to start with a gentle stretch, hand to foot, knees down. 5, happy baby. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now on the second set, you can use your roller. If you don't have one, don't worry. Just use the floor. Feet down. Inhale. Curl up and curl down. Now it is a little harder to articulate one vertebra at a time, but that's a really fun challenge for you to invite your hamstrings to be more part of the process as they gently contract, the knees flex, to keep the roller from getting away from you. So there's a little more isometric activity, which means the hamstrings are firing more. Up and down. You're pulling the foam roller towards you just a little bit so it doesn't get away from you. 4, 3, 2, 1 more, stay up. Now either stay here or if you have a foam roller, push away, back and forth 10 times, 9 times, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, exhale, lower down. Now grab your hands, 1, 2, and then your feet come back down, either on the floor or the roller, your choice. Take your feet parallel, in line with your sit bones and lift up. Lift up one foot if you can and drop down and up. Holly, if you want both feet down, you can. So yeah, if you need to keep both feet, that's okay. 4, any kind of sacroiliac dysfunction, or if that makes you too far off balance, then just keep 2 feet. Now let's do the other foot. That foot comes down, 10 on the other. Lower and lift. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. 8, 9. Both feet down. Right foot up. Either stay here or if you want to challenge, push that foam roller in and out a little bit. 10 times. 9. 8, you feel it? 7, I know. 6, 5, there's that hamstring. 4, 3, doesn't take much. 2, lower that foot, lift up that left leg and stretch out that leg. All right, out and in if you want it. 2, 3, oh, that works. 4, 5, oh, my hamstring. 6, oh, that's working. 7, 8, 9, 10. Foot down, lower down, stretch out those legs. Hold the toes towards the shins. Let's move those ankles in circles. Move those ankles in circles. Very good. All right, feet can rest on top of the foam roller again. Fingertips behind your head. Lift up and down, up and down. All right, if you're adding on, you're going to rotate right and left, right, and left. If you're adding on, get those legs up, rotate. Belly pulls in, rotate. To make it harder, your leg only comes into 90 degrees. Belly in, belly in, belly in. Pull the toes back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Rest. Very good. All right, adding on. Legs up. Pull the shoulders off the mat if you can. If you need to modify, leave the head down and just do little scissors in the air. This is the modification. Or go big. 10, 9. Lift up higher in your shoulders, Polly, if you can. 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recover. Hand to knee. Stir the pot. Stir the pot. Yeah, very good. Okay, add on. You can make this a double leg stretch like this. This is a modified. Or lift your shoulder blades. Open up your arms and legs. 1, 2, 3. Keep your legs glued together, Catherine, like you have a ribbon between the knees. Yeah, there you go. That'll help your pelvic floor. Add the pelvic floor contracting. 4, 3, 2, stay up. You got it. 1. Hands to the inner knees, or sorry, inner ankles. Press the knees out. 5. It's going to feel like pectineus, inner thigh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Double leg lower. Lift up. A modification is just to do a little movement like this. Fingertips behind your head. Lift up your shoulder blades if you're going to add on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up more, Polly, in your head if you can. Yeah. 2 more. 1 more. Rest the legs out like a V. Roll those ankles. Roll those ankles. Yeah, your legs are out like a big V. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the right leg. Extend the left leg. Now you can lift up your shoulder blades and switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There you go. 3. Good. Try 10 of those. 2. And recover. Hug the legs in and just move them around like you're giving your back a massage. 4 the other way. Very good. All right, we're going to take a single hamstring. It looks like a hamstring stretch, but we're going to make it a leg circle. Take the right leg up. So that's how we start. Hands down on the floor. Circle the leg around. 1. Now your shoulders are glued to the floor like lily pads. You're not forcing them down. You're not efforting them down, but you're allowing them to stay down even when they're tempted to come up in a stress response. So we're taking 10 each way. We're going to go the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, hold that hamstring stretch and let's point and flex. Act like you're drumming your toes one at a time. You're going to feel that foot. And then the other, we're going to take that hand by your side, draw circles. 10, Your shoulders are glued. I like that modification. If you need to, you're bending that knee, either knee, the right knee bends. That helps keep your low back down. We're going to take 10 the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to take that in a hamstring stretch. You're going to point and flex your foot and act like you're drumming your toes. Betty, you can lift up your leg if you want to. Yeah, there you go. Hold on to your leg. There you go. Both legs are going to go up, guys, looking like this. Now hands by your hips. Big circle and inhale. Now exhale, go the other way. Inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. All right, we're going to do 6 more, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now leave the legs up, either bent or straight. I'm going to do straight for advanced. You can bend them for lower. Hands behind your head. Lift up. Now this is a shoulder off the mat crunch. If you want to add on, lift your hips. 1. Both ends come together. 2. Hand right here will give you some feedback. 3. You want to send a brain signal to your muscle that you want it to fire. But look what's not driving this. I'm not driving this with my quads. I'm not straightening my knees. And look how controlled I am when I come down. I'm not throwing my hips up and then slapping back down. It's soft like a cat. Soft like a cat. Now double. 10. 9 more. 8. 7. 6. Keep some energy in your legs, but they're not driving it. Look at my quads. I can squeeze them. They're soft. I'm not kicking with my legs. 2. Recover with a full body stretch, arms long. 5. It's going to feel amazing. 4. You're going to feel so strong. 3. Now shift through one leg and shift through the other like you're climbing a ladder. 5. Without knee bending, you're doing this from this muscle called the QL where your rib meets the pelvis. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect job. Okay, now we're going to do either a crunch. This is our backup plan. Or if you would like to add on, it is harder. You come up and over. This is why I offered the crunch first, because it is a lot harder. Good, Polly. And if your neck's getting tired in that crunch, you can put a pillow under your head and it'll be less that you have to pick your head up from the hard position, or you can put a Dynaband behind your head and that'll help support your neck a little. But so far, everybody's looking good. And look how you're fighting gravity on the way down. Inhale and exhale. Good. To make it harder, frame your ears. And that's going to see how that changes the lever. I've got weight on this side of my fulcrum. Frame. My ears. Go over an imaginary football. Beach ball. Roll down. Squeeze your legs together. Inner thighs, pelvic floor. Exhale. Keep the face framed in the arms to make it harder. Your body's going to try to drop the arms as it's looking for an easier path, a path of less resistance. But we're going to be mind over the matter. 2 more. Inhale, stretch. Drive it up. Feel the stretch in the mobility of the spine. You're as young as your spine. Inhale. And exhale, up. Now, fight gravity. We're going to take it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5. Good, Cheryl. 4, 3, 2. Full body stretch. Very good, guys. 5. Shift through your arms and legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do a little bit of a rehab exercise. You're going to take your arm underneath your ear. It's like a pillow, and bend your knees. the feet are in line with your booty. This is a clam. It's not super hard like a squat. It's more therapeutic. So your hips are stacked and you open up your knee like a clam. 4. And try to feel that last inch. 5. Like, don't just stop as soon as you want to. See if you can go a half an inch more. 6, but leave the foot down on the other foot for now. Good. 8. Yep. Right here, the external rotators are working. The belly's going to pull in now with the exhale. So let's just do 5 more. That was 10. So this is 11, 12, squeeze, 13, 14, 15. Very good. All right, now we're going to go longer. See if you can lift up and down. If that's too much, just lift up one leg. 3, 4, 5. Right here should work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Stay up, top leg. 1. You should see that leg. Now, that leg, if it's going way up here, you've turned it out. See if you can keep your toes forward and really bias that hip abductor. And now take the leg and keep it there. Bottom leg's going to meet it. 1. Resist the gravity. The gravity's going to try to drop it down. Resist. Resist. Belly in. 5. You can see your toes. 6. The toes are not drifting behind you. 7. They're in your peripheral. 8. 9. 10. Now let's do the other side. Rehab first. Clamshell. Clamshell. It's okay if you want a pillow as well. That's a great way to modify for the neck. Now inhale. This is like a clam opening its shell. You see how it's a lot like external rotation that we do with our arms? Toes on each other. You're going to feel right here some warmth on the hip. 7. Good. 8. 9. Good. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. Belly in. 11. Let's exhale on that open. 12. You're not moving the hip backwards. You're keeping an imaginary wall behind your booty. 2 more. Good. That heat. So lengthen your legs. Now, if you need a pillow underneath your hip, please do. Up and down. Look down at your toes. Pull the belly in. Now, is your neck contracting a lot, or can it soften? If you want some feedback, put your hand on your abs. If they're sagging, pull in. The hand will let you know. Another neat trick, it's called the oblique window from the rib to the pelvis. It's pulling up. Okay, now we're going to stay up. Can the top leg go up and down? Toes point forward. Your toes are going to try to point up. You're going to try to keep them forward. That way the abductor works, the glute med. A lot of people have dysfunction in that muscle. We want to work it. Okay, can this leg stay up and let the bottom leg meet it? This is inner thigh. Good. Good. 6, this leg is working. 7, now control it on the way back down. 8, 9, 10. Really good. Belly down. Hands underneath the forehead. Lift up your right leg. Lift up your left leg. Lift up your right leg. Lift up your left leg. Now for the micro cues. Act like your leg's coming out of your hip socket. So you're reaching it long. Your belly pulls in. Try to go a half an inch higher. Try to keep the hips from rocking. Okay, lift up both legs. Now add on, tap the feet 20 times. Inner thighs, hamstring. Knees stay long. Lift up higher, neck soft. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Lifting the booty. 4, 3, 2, rest. Good. Now leave the toes down. Hover the hands. Lift up and press. Inhale. and lower. We're going to do that again. Lift up your torso as your hands pushing. Good. Up, hands push. We're going to do that 8 more times. Beautiful, Cheryl. Good, Catherine. Your own pace. You're going up to where you feel comfortable, but your belly's pulling in and your upper back's definitely getting some posture work. Three more. Two more. One more, and take your hands and press them. Shoulder blades down the back. 10, 9, 8, 7. Beautiful. 6, 5. Upper back feeling good. 4, 3, 2. Lower down. Now see if you can put your hands on your lower back. And if they'll interlace, great. If they won't, just find a place that feels good. Lift up your back. Lift up your legs. Everything lifts. 10. Just breathe and enjoy. Rest. Take it to the other. Interlace. Lift up. And relax. Child pose. Press your hips back. Five, 4, 3. Good. I like it. 2 and 1. Let's take a plank. I'm just turning so I can see you. You're going to put your elbows down. You're going to go into a long plank. Now just hold for 20, 2, 3, 4. Arms strong. 5, 6. Belly pulls in. 7, 8. Knees strong. 9. Now add this. Pull your elbows to your feet. Pull your feet towards your elbows. Nothing really happens, but you add a layer of isometric contraction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Recover. Sideways. Bend that. Hold that. Hold. Feet stacked for harder. Hold and lift. Beautiful. You're against the wall. 10. Make sure the head isn't sagging. It's engaged. 8, 5, 3. That looks great, guys. 2. Let's do the other side. I want to see you, so I'm actually going to flip my body and put your elbow down. Now you're going to take an inhale and go up. 10. Inhale. And exhale, lower. All right, let's go back to the front plank and add on. If you need to modify, just stick with your front plank or go to your knees. You're going to lift up. Now, while we're here, we're going to drop the left hip and then drop the right hip, like you're testing the water with your hip bone. Let's take 10 together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. The modification is to stay still or put your knees down. 2, 1. Now turn to me. We're going to do a side plank. We're going to add 10 little hip lifts with our hand behind our head. So lift up. Add 10 little hip lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do the other side. Elbow down. Face me. You're doing great. Your elbow is directly vertical to your shoulder for safety. Come up to your plank. Either hold still or add a little lift. 10, 9, 8. Strong arms. 7. No matter what you're doing. 5, 4, 3, especially on the descent. 2, 1. Lower that hip. Back to the front plank. We're doing a series of 3s here. Elbows down. We're going to add on, act like you're drawing an 8 with your hip. You're going to make it an 8. So you kind of drop your left hip and then you drop your right hip, but you're smoothing it out in a circle. 8, 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now turn sideways. Your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. Your legs are long. This arm's going to go over your head. Now get ready, you're going to lift up. Either stay here, if you need to modify, go to your hip or your knee. Pull your elbow to your knee if you'd like more. 1, exhale, 2, act like you're pulling a rope. 3, exhale, 4, exhale, 5, 6, 7, hang in there, 8. Now 2 more if you can. 9, 10. Now with control, lower, other side. We're going to put that elbow underneath. Now your elbow is underneath the shoulder, but your other arm is long. Get ready. The modification is be on your hip or stay still. Exhale, pull through some peanut butter, resist. 2, activate. 3, your abs are actually going to flex your spine. 4, that's how the abs get toned. 5, or the rectus abdominis. 6, lift up through that bottom hip. 7, if you need to rest, do. 8, keep lifting up through that bottom hip. 9, 10, very good. Come back down. You're doing great. Go back to the front plank. Shifting forward and back. Elbows underneath your shoulder to modify. Stay put on your knees and your elbows. Lift up if you're going forward, back, forward, back. Exhale, inhale, forward, back. Head pulls back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're doing so well. Hang with me. 2 more plank sides and then we do something nicer. All right, we're going to go up, hold. Now this is hard. The top leg's going to go up like a star. 1, optional, stay still. 2, 3, harder the arm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's okay if you need to rest. 10, other side pair. Go up. Now, this is harder. You can add your leg. Up and down. Even harder arm. 2. If you need to modify, stay still. 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, Betty. 6, 7, head lifts. 8, 9. Very good. 10. Woo! All right, let's do a bound angle. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Neck softens. If you need a sip of water, this is a good chance to get it. Yeah, grab some water. This will feel good. And then come up. Inhale. We're going to take a bridge. Sorry, it's a short bridge, short table. So it's kind of like bridging. Your feet are in front of you. Your fingers are behind you. Most of us are going to have towards the booty hands. Lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, lift up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Now decide, do you want to do that again or do you want to extend your knees? If you want to extend your knees, it is a little harder. Okay, go up if you're wanting that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Inner heels get more weight than the outer heel. Roll your inner heels in towards each other. 2 and 1. Good. We're going to do that one more time, either the bent or the long. Inhale, lift up. Look at your toes. Inner heels have weight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, exhale, lower. All right, let's take a big V. Go right down. That was really good. That was a shoulder opener and glutes and hamstrings. Yeah, your hands can be on your legs or the floor, whatever feels comfortable. Great, guys. You can get deeper as you feel more comfortable. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to come back up. Very good. We're going to take a set of push-ups. They can be on the wall, standing on a counter. They could be on the cube. So this is a cube. See how everything's 90 degrees in the shoulder and the knee? And this is a great safe way if you're building up. Now knees can be long, bend, and push, or toes, okay? 10, shoulder blades are down the back. 9, head stays in line. 8, with the rest of the body. 7, exhale, push. Make sure you're not locking out your joints backwards if you tend to be hypermobile. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rest. You can leave your booty in the air or put it behind you. I am going to add the elbow bend so it's a tricep stretch. 5. Inhale. Come on down to your belly. If you would like a mat, I'm sorry, not a mat. If you'd like a foam roller, grab it now. This is swan with a foam roller, but you could also do this on the floor. You're going to take your hands on that foam roller if that's what you're doing and go up and down. Now, Polly, you'll probably do this like we do. But if you don't want to put your hands on the floor, you just lift up, and that's good too. Yeah, your inhale is going to go up no matter which variation. And up. And up. And up. Okay, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, stay up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, exhale, lower. Now bend the knees. You can hold on to 1 or 2. If that doesn't work out, just hold on to your hands and go up. If that doesn't work out, just lift up. So you can add on your hands to your feet, lift up. Good. That's it. Polly, try lengthening your knees and just lifting up your back. Inhale. Yep. Exhale, relax. All right. Okay. Now leave your hands by your hips for a moment. Don't bend your knees. Just lift up your upper back. Good. If you want to add on, bend those knees. It's only if you want to add on and then hold on. You can just lift up your upper back. 10. There you go. Keep them long, Polly. 9. Chin tuck a little bit. 8. Yep. 7. 6. 5. Pull your head back a little bit, Catherine. 4. 3. 2. Yeah. And relax. Very good. How about a wide knee child pose? This is going to let your belly get expansive inside the knees so you have a diaphragmatic breath. 5. 4. You can just rest on the floor like a pancake. 2. Nice. And 1. We're going to take a set of push-ups. Please know you can do these standing up on the wall. You can do them like a cube, a square. Second set. You're going to, or the knees, or the toes. 1, 2, keep the belly pulling up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Rest on your side. Your arm is like a pillow. Your toes are in your vision. You're going to take a circle that is as big as you can while you keep the upper body stable and everything feels good. 4. Softly point the toes. 5. Enjoy this stretch. 6. 7. 8. 9. Now inhale. We're going to go the other way. Check your shoulders. Are they soft? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, belly in, 8, 9. Take that leg forward and stretch it. That should feel like it wants it. Lift up your bottom leg. Draw circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Backwards. And then let's do the other side. Okay, it's going to be great. Lie. And because we're doing this with our arm down like a pillow, you can probably take a bigger circle than when we prop up. So just enjoy flexibility, mobility, grace. Your belly pulls in a little bit, especially when your leg's behind you. Otherwise, your back could arch too much. Bigger if you can add that on. 8. I like how you bend the bottom knee to get off that hip. That's nice. That's a nice trick to have in your toolbox. Go backwards. Your bottom knee can bend if you feel like your hip is kind of digging into the floor, or use another mat, but bending the knee will help most of us. 6. We are going to do 10 and then take that stretch. Now the bottom leg is long. You're going to go up and around. Circle. Good, Betty. 2, 3. Now relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Now go the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. All right, we're going to actually take a stretch from here. Left arm opens out to the side. Right hand holds that knee in place. Yes, good place for a pillow. If your head is not neck is not comfortable here, grab a pillow. If your knee feels like it's stretching your hip too much by being down, grab a pillow underneath that knee. Good. Now your gaze is probably at the outstretched hand. I'm looking at you because I want to be able to cue anything I see, but on you. But I want you to be able to stretch that gaze, which is your cervical spine, to the other hand, if that's appropriate. You might just be looking up, but do take time to have your neck in a place that's ergonomically appropriate for you. Now let's add that breath. Inhale, breathe. All right, we're going to do the other side. So you're going to take your right knee across, or whatever knee you didn't do, and take your other arm out and look that way. Your hips are stacked. Use some pillows if you need. Is one side different than the other? Five, four, three, two. Now you're going to take a full body stretch. Stretch your arms over your head. Stretch through one arm and stretch through the other. Good. I'm just going to turn my body so I can see you better. So you can see me better. That's it. Take your feet on the floor. Curl your spine up. Now, instead of doing the work this time, we're going to interlace our fingers and walk the shoulders under and hold. Relax your chest and shoulders. If you would like to add on, lift your heels, but you don't have to. Lower your heels. Lower your body. And take your feet wider than your mat. Drop your right inner knee to the mat. Lift up your left ankle and place it on top, maybe. If that's too hard, don't do that. Drop that inner knee. Holly, you might be able to drop it in. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. If you don't need that foot, don't use it. But if you can. Now, arms overhead is another option. Yep. Breathe into that diaphragm. Act like you're shining a flashlight in an attic, and you want to spread light in all of the corners and all of the nooks and crannies of that attic. So we're doing that with our breath. Inhale, fresh breath, like it's a white light, and you're shining in all the different places of your lungs, all the lungs. You're creating some pliancy and some fascial pliancy. It's as if you're giving yourself a massage from the inside out with that full allowing breath. We're going to let that foot come on the side of the mat. Both feet are on the side of the mat. Leave your feet the same. Just drop your inner knee. Maybe pick up your right ankle and put it on that thigh. Arms overhead if you can. Good. Yes. Now shine that light on the inside of your body. Your inhale, if you can, goes in the nose. If you have a deviated septum or you're clogged, don't force that cue. Let the breath come in with the intention of creating a calm parasympathetic healing space. And then send the breath in all of the nooks and crannies into your body. And that's telling the hormones to set up a place of calm, a set of healing. It's letting the nerves be in a more natural, productive state. More light can come in. You're creating some releases. You're letting go. Take another inhale. Now on the exhale, slowly come back. All right, let's take that hip stretch. Right ankle to left thigh. Reach your hands to the window. For a lot of us, this is going to be just fine. If you want another layer, roll over, put that foot on the floor and open up that hip. Please don't do this if you're getting confused and it makes you create stress. Just find a place that feels good. You're going to be looking at that opposite arm stretched out. Very good, Polly. Yes, I love it. Sometimes a pillow under the head also helps here. Okay, we're going to take an inhale. And we're going to take an exhale up. Now take your left ankle to right thigh. Now you may just reach your hands to the window or use a Dynaband around your thigh. Or you might fall over and have that foot on the floor. Now your left arm's out. Catherine, if you feel a stretch, you're fine. If you want to open that knee away from you and put your foot flat on the floor, leave your foot pulled up towards you. Yeah, now open it. So you're down here. See if you can come up and see if that works for you. You're not wrong. It's just that you might, yeah, better stretch. I like this left arm out, stretch this whole fascial line. Now send a breath down all throughout the lungs. Shine a light with your breath. Your breath is a beautiful white light and you're shining it in all of the dark places of the attic of your lungs. And create some pliancy in there. You see animals in the wild and they're springy. Their fascia is springy. They're soft, they're pliant, and they're strong, but they're pliant. So as you breathe, imagine that pliancy. Visualize that pliancy in your breath. The easier the breath, the easier the nervous system. The easier the nervous system, the easier the mood, the muscle contractions, the breathing, the energy during the day. Inhaling. All right, let's take a moment to turn on the side and just take a quad stretch. Feel your foot go to your hand, your arm or a pillow is supporting you. Pubic bone down. Cheryl, this one's a really good for your low back. You know that this one can also be done on the back as well, where you're one-footed. Hi, Lulu. Hi. Hi, girl. Hi, Lulu. You feel that quad stretch. Your knees in line with your middle hip. Great, Polly. You feel a little stretch on the top of the shin. Betty, you might like that one too, because it's that ankle, the top of the shin. All right, I pulled it back a little, so if you can pull it back, you can. It's a little more stretch. All right, let's do the other side. I'm going to turn to see you, but you can just switch. Yay! All right, pull it back. Add on that little extra pull or the knee in line with your hip. Shoulder is opening. Top of the ankle feels the stretch. Feel the breath. Five, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Take a full body stretch, and we're going to take a leg up on the wall posture. You can also do this with a foam roller under your booty if you want. You can make your arms like a field goal post. Now let your eyes soften and imagine you're on a beautiful cloud. It's holding your body weight, and it's drifting you through a beautiful blue sky, down onto a meadow with a lot of trees, lots of birds that are singing, embracing your arrival onto the beautiful meadow. As you exhale, feel yourself drop lower onto the grass of the meadow, lower, deeper into the cloud, relaxing. Your body is becoming the cloud on the meadow. The shoulders relax, the low back softens, the hands relax, and just feel totally supported by the beautiful white cloud on the meadow surface, the birds singing for your safety, singing for your care. Beautiful green grass, beautiful blue skies, trees overhead with beautiful purple and pink flowers. Butterflies abound. And just take in that sense of care, that sense of safety. Slowly awaken the fingers and the toes and take your time to come up towards a seated position, facing the front of the room, lifting up through your spine. Let your inhale go up towards that beautiful blue sky. Your exhale is letting go of any worries of the past. Give yourself this moment. Inhale, lift up, and exhale any worries about the future. Take one more inhale. Let the palms touch. Leave a little precious space between the palms. There's a pocket of air. And bring the hands to touch the heart. One palm over the heart and then the other. And just imagine in that pocket of air there was a special message for you about how to further your self-care. Whatever image comes to mind, feeling or sensation, you're going to follow that, not abandon yourself today. You're going to stand by your side as you continue more self-care. Whenever you're ready, let your eyes open and come back into the room with much care, with much adoration and appreciation. Thank you so much. You did so good. Love you guys. I'm so glad to see you. Bye. Yes, that's right. Do you hear all the birds singing for you here?